Welcome to the Grizzled Geek in Review. I'm Mike.
I'm Doug.
And it's June 15th, 2018.
Yeah.
And Incredibles came out last night, so look for our Incredibles 2 review. Well, Incredibles came out 14 years ago, but Incredibles 2 came out last night, and we went and saw it. I'm assuming we loved it, because once again, we actually really haven't yet.
Right. Yeah.
But we'll have a review for it coming up here soon sometime. All right, but our top stories revolve around the DCFU. And man, is it the DCFU this week. A top couple stories. To start off the week, earlier in the week, first news we got is Geoff Johns is no longer the chief creative officer over at Warner Brothers, over at Warner Brothers DC.
Yeah.
Now, people like Geoff Johns. Geoff Johns is well liked in the industry.
Yeah.
Everybody I've seen this is trying to spin this as a step sideways, or trying to do that. He went from being the chief creative officer to a producer on one film.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you try and spin this not as a step down, but it is a serious step down from an executive position to a producing position, which, I mean,
right.
Not even an executive producer. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So what's he doing? So this is all part of the fallout from Justice League. He announced that he is taking on a writing, producing role in the Green Lantern Corps movie. So that's the movie he wants to take time to be more creative and do this. Although he's had a hand in every DC film since Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much though.
He was the chief creative officer, so I think the buck stops there. I mean, well, I'm sure there's president.
There's people above giving things. He's the conduit between. That's why I can imagine this being a choice, not something that was imposed.
Yeah.
If he's getting it from above.
I'm not saying,
and then
he was
director's
fired.
pushing back, and he's like, bah, this is not worth it.
I'm just saying, but it's a step down, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Being an executive may not be for everybody, right?
Right.
He may have decided that he didn't have the control that he wanted.
Yeah,
he wanted to feel more creative. So he wanted to go do this. I'm not saying that he was fired in any way. I'm just saying that I don't know how you'd spin this as not a step down.
Correct, yeah.
He launched his movie writing banner, Mad Ghost Productions, which, we'll see. So far, he's just doing Green Lantern Corps.
Right.
He's also launching a new DC comic label to spotlight lesser-known characters called The Killing Zone, which is, I guess, Killing Joke kind of homage, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're giving him, this guy, giving him lesser-known. We're hoping he'd be like the Kevin Feige of the DC universe.
Right.
What we're hoping for. But apparently he's not going to have that role. And then in his spot, Jim Lee is taking over. So comic artist and writer Jim Lee.
Well, Jim Lee has more executive experience because he
does.
was editor,
he ran his own company
and stuff like that. So
yeah,
he might have a little more of what it takes to battle,
right?
To do the executive battles and whatever. So
yeah, we'll see what's going on there. I don't know. I mean, I like both these guys.
Right.
I wish them both the best of luck in all this, but it seems like this is a big mess. But speaking to that,
even more of a mess. The Hollywood Reporter is coming out with an article today, or what comes out? Days after Johns steps down, citing big changes coming to DC. So the new head, I guess it's not a president. We don't have a new president.
No new president yet. No.
So it's just
it's just led by a creative team now led by Lee.
One insider called it a shit show.
Sounds about right.
They went over all the scripts and made cuts. Said we're not doing this anymore. We're going to do this. Blah blah blah. It looks like Joaquin Phoenix will play the Joker in a $55 million budget movie, but that's not canon. It's an outside. Like they've said before, please use the title Elseworlds.
Yes.
Do that. That would be fine. Do other takes. The typical public won't get it, but
comic book fans will understand.
Yeah. So Leto's performance as the Joker will be the canon version of the Joker, unfortunately. So,
unfortunately.
In my opinion. My humble opinion. Matt Reeves will be having a younger Batman in his movie, so no Affleck. Affleck's out. I don't know if Affleck's just out for this Batman movie or if he's
Well, the
out
Reeves movie is going to be one of the Elseworld titles, hopefully, or whatever.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, in what sounds like the dumbest decision they're making, the Flash movie will be a Back to the Future type take on Flashpoint. That sounds horrible.
Well, they're going to tone down the somber aspects of Flashpoint.
Yeah. I mean, Flash is one of your more comedic characters when he's in a group. I don't know that his comic per se is all that comedic, but he does tend to play the comic relief in the Justice League.
Yes.
So I guess that's where they're coming from on that front. But
yeah.
Anyways,
who knows?
yeah.
But that's
DCFU
shakeup here.
Yeah.
Well, we expect to hear a lot more this Comic-Con as Marvel has stepped out of Hall H this year.
Yeah.
This is DC's big chance to step up and showcase.
And maybe that's what's going on. Is they're like, we got to get our ducks in a row in 2 months.
Yeah.
To be able to have a really cool panel.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I hope it works out for DC. I want good DC films.
Yeah.
And that's
the thing is, Justice League wasn't that bad, people. Justice League was actually a pretty decent movie. There was a few things wrong with it, but overall it was a pretty good movie.
Studio interference is what was wrong with that movie.
Yeah. Half-baked CGI for the bad guy. Stupid choice for the bad guy in the first place.
Right.
But, anyways.
Yeah. When you sit there and you compare, like, Steppenwolf to Thanos, CGI-wise, it's just ridiculous, the difference.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
All right. Moving on. Over to Disney. The AT&T Time Warner merger was approved this last week. And why should you care about that? Well, because of its approval, Comcast now has officially entered with a bid of $65 billion cash offer for Fox. Yeah. Basically, successfully cock-blocking Disney's buyout of Fox.
Yeah, now there's going to be a bidding war.
What does this mean? Now, Rupert Murdoch was concerned about the tax implication of a $65 billion cash buyout.
That's got to be tough.
So they're looking at maybe swapping some out for stock, like Disney's offer was, which made Disney offer so appealing.
Right.
Because a lot of it was in stock. The July 10th stockholder meeting to make the decision about the Disney-Fox merger has now been canceled because of this.
And this is a Fox stockholder meeting.
Fox stockholder meeting.
Disney
they were
Comcast.
going to meet to make a decision about the Disney thing.
Sure, yeah.
And now that's not happening. So what does this all mean? What's going to happen now? Basically, at this point, we're, like Doug said, a bidding war, right?
Yeah.
So an industry expert believes that, several experts believe, there's going to be a period of back and forth where Disney, counter bid, counter bids back and forth, swapping stock and cash. It's like, Disney has the money, but basically this is going to drive up the price and prolong things for us.
Right, yeah.
Ultimately, where the experts believe this is going to shake out is that they're going to end up splitting Fox.
Yeah.
Right? With Comcast getting Sky, which is primarily what they want out of the deal, which Disney's already shown that they would be willing to give up. Right?
Oh, right, yeah.
And Disney would be getting the rest of the assets, including the film and television studio. So
yeah. Which is what they really want.
Which is what they really want, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
they want the Hulu and stuff like that as well, but
we'll see where that shakes out of the deal. But in the end, industry experts believe Fantastic Four and X-Men are coming back to Marvel one way or the other.
Right.
All this means is it's not going to be next year like we hoped.
Right.
This is going to prolong this Comcast.
It's gonna be a mess.
They're just kind of sticking their nose in and basically muddying up the deal here. In the end, it's just going to cost everybody more money for whatever's going to happen here. Yeah. But I mean, Wilbur Monarch's got to be liking things. He's sitting pretty here with everybody fighting over him.
Yeah. Pretty girl at the prom.
Pretty girl at the prom. So basically, that's what's going to happen. Kevin Feige recently just was saying that when asked about X-Men, he's he's waiting for the phone call. He's got plans in place. As soon as he gets a phone call saying he's got the X-Men, we're going to see the X-Men. So
nice.
We know that they have parallel plans running
right.
for different contingencies they had with the Spider-Man and the whole bit. So that kind of confirms what our theories about that. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure X-Men and Fantastic Four are ready to go
Yep.
when they get the okay. Because now the okay is probably going to be pushed out a year or so because of all this.
All right.
Well.
All right. Matthew Vaughn has plans for sequels, spin-offs, reboots, and series for Mark Millar's characters. Or Millar's. Nah, I guess I've been mispronouncing
We've
that
been calling
all
him Millar for years, so.
Yeah. There's plans of a Kick-Ass reboot with Patience Lee as Kick-Ass. Who the hell is Patience Lee?
They in the comics, he was they took over the role.
Oh, okay. I don't recognize that name.
It's not an actor; it's actual comic book character.
Hit Girl will get a spin-off movie, which I think has been a rumor for a long time.
Yeah.
2 Kingsman spin-offs, Kingsman: The Great Game, which will be set in the early 1900s. I mean, using the moniker The Great Game, maybe pre-World War I.
Yeah.
Statesman will also get a spin-off, and I'm not sure about this, an 8-hour movie?
No, 8-hour series.
Oh, an 8-hour series. Okay,
Yeah.
That's more like it.
8-hour movie. What's going to happen here? Yeah,
That would be
several
weird.
intermissions.
Yes. And that's not all of that is not mentioning there's a Kingsman 3 currently in the works. So
Yes, that's a lot of Kingsman.
There's a lot coming
Is there
from the
enough?
Millarverse.
I mean, do we need that many Kingsmen, really? I mean, did you like Kingsman?
Haven't watched them yet.
Oh, really? You haven't seen a Kingsman?
No,
Okay.
because one of our patrons asked us to do like a reaction to movies, and I was like, I haven't seen the Kingsman, so I bought both of them and have been sitting on them waiting to do something like that. We just haven't had time. So,
Got it. Okay.
to film anything like that.
All right, we'll see what happens here with the Kingsman. Yeah, that's a lot of Mark Millar stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need. I don't know. Out of all this, I'm most interested in the Hit Girl movie. But,
Yeah, I'm not sure
Oh well.
about any of the other stuff. Well, I mean, it's interesting.
If it's good, I'll take any of it, any and all of it. But
Right.
all right, guys, that does it for our major stories. Now on to our nerd nuggets, our geek bites, our small stories. Starting off the bat, this is kind of confusing, kind of like off the cuff news. Jordan Peele, Oscar winner Jordan Peele of Get Out fame, has pitched a Gargoyles movie to Disney. Now, if you 90s kids remember.
And we're talking live action.
A live action Gargoyles movie pitched to Disney. Now, 90s kids will remember Gargoyles as an awesome cartoon series that had a lot of Star Trek actor voices.
Yes, it did.
Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis and
Michael Dorn, I think.
Michael Dorn is in it. Yeah, so it was a lot of. It's like almost like a Star Trek reunion of voices.
Yeah.
But it was great. I mean, about gargoyles that come to life. So it was a really great series. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things that not very many people knew about it, but those who found it loved it. Right?
Yeah.
So you figure this would be a no-brainer for Disney, right? Jordan Peele and Gargoyles, come on. But apparently Disney's not that interested in the deal. So
Yeah, it's funny that this story came out this week because I had just heard like 2 days ago, that they came out with all kinds of Disney afternoon merchandise, and they hit all of their major shows except for this one. So DuckTales and Darkwing Duck and Rescue Rangers and
Tailspin. Yeah.
They all got merchandise in Disneyland, the Disneyland Resort, but
no gargoyles.
No gargoyles. Disney hasn't been really forthcoming on putting them out on DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that.
Yeah, it's almost like Disney's trying to cover the gargoyles up for some reason. It's a great show. I don't know why. Maybe it was a little darker than some of the other kids' fare of Disney, but
maybe I don't know.
Who knows? But what an insider said that Disney is trying to put Jordan Peele off. They don't want to say no to Jordan Peele. They don't want to burn bridges with him. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're kind of going to drag their feet until another project comes along and they can just kind of drop it.
Kind of convince him that, no, this would be a better fit.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there.
All right. Rumor, Suicide Squad 2 will have Task Force X facing Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke, which sounds great.
That would be awesome.
I hope they do this.
Poor Manganiello, man. The guy was like, they wanted him for Batman movie, right? They even brought him in to do a test, the little teaser video with him in the suit and built him a suit.
Yeah.
And then
put him in the end credit of Justice League.
The Affleck stuff happens with yeah, with that, he's no longer doing that. They put him in Justice League. They tease what is it?
Legion of Doom, yeah.
Like team up or whatever. Justice League tanks, and so he's out of that. They talked about his own movie, and then he just kind of like got left on the wayside. So I hope he's awesome as a character, Deathstroke. Yeah. I just hope he kicks their ass because he needs to. Yeah. Deathstroke with those guys. Deathstroke ask going to get Deathstroke.
Deathstroke needs to clean the floor with them, and they have to like regroup and go. Oh crap! How are we going to win here?
Yeah.
And make it a real contest. So.
Yes. So I'm all excited. I hope that's true. And that was apparently coming from him at a convention.
Okay.
So we'll see what's going on.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Up next, Ewan McGregor. Before he dons the robes to play Obi-Wan again, he is set to play Danny Torrance, a grown-up Danny Torrance, in the sequel to The Shining, Doctor Sleep, which is awesome. I'm a big Stephen King fan. Shining was amazing. Mm-hmm. The Doctor Sleep was a great book. But it's also like a Dark Tower tie-in book, too.
Oh, is it?
So, kind of excited about that. I'm hoping... That sucks. That movie sucks so bad. I want these movies to tie in with it, but...
Yeah.
Oh, well. But, Ewan McGregor, that'd be awesome, as Danny Torrance.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right, we get our first look at Black Manta from Aquaman. And not a huge saucer head.
No, I mean, it's got you can tell it's Black Manta, but instead of like the giant saucer head, it's more of a... smaller.
Doesn't extend out past his shoulders.
No, not quite. But it's got the big eyes, and the big. It's the same shape.
Cool.
So at least they're being true to that. That's not ridiculous. All right. Also for DC, we got our first looks at the Wonder Woman movie, the shot taking place in 1984, and one of the most, I don't want to say controversial, but weird picks we got is a straight up. We knew that Chris Pine was going to be in it, right?
Yeah.
We didn't know what capacity. But apparently we see him in 80s garb at the mall, kind of hanging out in one of the set photos. So what's the deal, right? Because so everyone's all like, how did he live? But he can't because that was World War One. This is the 80s, right?
Yeah,
and he looks...
Yeah, it's got to be a dream sequence.
Yeah, I mean, that was like 1918 to 1980s.
Martian Manhunter?
Yeah.
He's not awesome.
True. He doesn't look 70 years old in that picture.
Yeah.
So it wasn't him. He didn't survive. His sacrifice.
He's a super soldier. He became a super soldier.
Or he became a super soldier, yeah. He got blown up and landed in Captain America chemicals. Yeah, I don't know. So someone's saying it's his son, but it wouldn't even be his son because his son would be in his 60s, 50s or 60s,
Right. Yeah.
So, he'd have to have him before he went there. So he'd be in his, he'd be in his 70s.
It's his great-grandnephew?
His great-grandnephew looks exactly like him. Yeah.
We don't know. That was a riff on the Agent 13.
Yes. I don't know. Who knows what he is, but whether he's an ancestor, whether he's just a vision, whether he's, just hallucination. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's in 80s clothes. We don't know how he's going to fit him in. I like Chris Pine in the first one, but bringing him back, making him Steve Trevor would be kind of take away from that movie. I mean, his sacrifice to that movie and how she deals with it, and even through Justice League, her dealing with his loss. Mm-hmm. Is part of that character and who she is. So it would suck if they just erased all that just to bring the character back. So me and Doug are hoping for Martian Manhunter, though.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's just Martian Manhunter reading her mind and saying, "This is the person you most want to see."
Yeah,
or something like that. All right, Cloak and Dagger breaks ratings records and becomes Freeform's biggest series debut. I need to really edit Mike's work before I start trying to read it.
We could put up on a teleprompter here, so be like Anchorman, you read whatever he's on a teleprompter.
Yeah.
You can all kiss my ass. Oh, wait. Yeah, so it's... Yeah, congratulations to Cloak and Dagger. I hear it's really good.
Well, it looks like it's true to the comics.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I don't have Freeform, so I haven't checked it out yet. But
I don't either. I'm not getting yet another subscription service so I can see,
Just for one show.
Just for one show. All of these spread out all over the place. Some are here on Hulu, some are here on Netflix, some are here on Freeform. Who else?
I got Netflix. I got Netflix and Hulu. After that, and Disney's going to make me get Disney when they come out. So I don't have.
After I finish rewatching all of Stargate, I'm not sure I'm going to keep Hulu. But it's cool for that.
Yeah, it's true.
So.
All right. Congratulations, Cloak and Dagger. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Also, good news. They're tracking big. They're tracking for a 75+ million opening. Some saying upwards of 80 million opening compared to the original Ant-Man movie, which was opened to 55 million.
Isn't this a little early for that? It's 2 months away still.
It's July, 1 month away.
Oh, I thought it was in August.
No, it's in the week after Comic-Con.
Comic-Con's in July this time?
Mm-hmm.
It's normally in August. This is weird.
I don't know.
I'm confused. All right.
I don't know. But it's next month. It's in July. But yeah, so it's tracking for a pretty decent opening here. And the first movie went on to make, what 385 million worldwide, something like that?
Oh, sure.
So yeah, this is pretty good for a small, lower budget Marvel movie. I mean,
Right, yeah.
This is always meant to be that size movie, right? It's not.
Right.
It's not an Avengers movie. It's not,
Yep.
one of the main characters. But yeah, I think that's an awesome plan, and it's farther enough away that he didn't, get cannibalized like poor Solo got chewed up in the whole Avengers, Infinity War, Deadpool.
I don't even think Deadpool was as much a factor as Infinity War was. Yeah. All right, we got some details on Amazon's Lord of the Rings series.
Yes.
It's interesting. One, it's not going to remake the movies. Two, it's going to be filmed in New Zealand. And three, Peter Jackson's involvement is still up in the air. It's pretty much, they're saying, on the production side, they're saying he may say he's involved or he's not. We're still very much in conversation. They're saying it's entirely up to him.
Yeah.
They want him involved.
Yeah.
And sounds like they're willing to make him as involved as he's willing to be.
Right. And he said the other day he was putting together their creative team for him.
Right. So he doesn't want to direct, it sounds like. Now, what other involvement he might have, we still don't know.
Well, if they're doing it in New Zealand and he's putting together the creative team, we're probably going to see the same. What a workshop's going to be working on it, right? And you're probably get the same kind of costume designers and set designers and everybody, and it's going to have the look of the movies.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's awesome there. But what is this story going to be about if it's not?
There's been all kinds of rumors about.
It's also not going to be an anthology series like they rumored it was going to be.
Oh yeah, it's one big story,
Yeah.
one big series, one big story. Which
Early Aragorn? Are we talking?
yeah, that's the rumor was, and I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
There's not enough source material for that, and there's not anything that's big enough stakes
Yeah.
pre-movie
Yeah.
for that. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
I really would have liked.
And they're not starting from scratch, so they're not making stuff up, or at least not wholesale making stuff up.
Right.
Right. So it's going to be based on. You're the Tolkien expert between two of us here. What can they be filming?
I mean, we've done stories on this before, and it seems they've implied that it's not going too terribly far into the past. So that kind of takes that out. I really wish they would do a War of the Silmarils,
Yeah.
where it's like, the big bad, before Sauron gets the Silmarils, the elves go chasing him down. You could have a big Game of Thrones.
Melkor or something like that. Or
Melkor.
Melkor,
yeah.
yeah.
Although he becomes Morgoth. Yeah.
Morgoth.
But you could have a big Game of Thrones type series
Yeah.
that focused on
the elves.
everything went on there. And you could even have it almost being each season is a different story, because there's all kinds of different stories in that first age that are all loosely tied into the overall war.
Yeah.
So it would be awesome. I don't think they're going to do that.
We don't. Bottom line is we don't know, but we.
That's the problem with a
Yeah.
lot of these. They're going to feel too constrained by the stories as they are. So they're going to take some vague reference in one of the appendices and go, now we're going to tell this story and make up everything that we need to make up.
Right. What we do know is that Amazon's throwing a lot of money at this, and they got a 2-year production to go. So we won't
Yeah.
see this for a little while. 20. Someone was saying they're shooting for 2020, but they look more likely 2021.
Yeah, I don't know.
So-
I'm jazzed. I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I just don't know what they're going to do.
We'll watch it.
Pretty wide open, yeah.
All right, and for our last story, our
This
hats
is an
off.
interesting one.
this is awesome. I know he's been featured in several places now. He's made a name for himself. Our hats off to our favorite geek of the day, Nim the Infinity Watcher is what he's known as on Twitter. His Twitter handle is @NemRaps.
Okay.
He's a rapper, and this guy has seen, as of this recording, Infinity War 43 times. So I mean, he put out a tweet like, "What's the secret to life, the universe, and everything?" Seeing Infinity War 42 times when he saw it 42 times. And that went viral, and it went out, and now the Marvel guys have invited him to the premiere of Avengers 4.
Nice.
Right? So he was celebrated by going to see it.
That's all it takes? Do something crazy like watch a movie 43 times?
43 times?
I mean...
Yeah. Hey, what's the financial investment on that? I mean...
About $500.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm like, yeah.
And many hours.
Many hours.
I mean,
that's at the time.
That's over 100 hours.
That's once a day. It was out for 42 days when he when he put that out. That's like once a day since it came out. He's seen Infinity War. That's a long time in the theaters.
Almost 3 hours of investment each day.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm like, wow, congratulations. But not only that, but not only does he get to go to Avengers 4 premiere, he also received tons of gifts from IMAX. So it paid off. He got like a $500 investment. Now he's got like free movies for a while,
Sure, yeah.
and he gets to go to the premiere. That's pretty awesome. But the guy's awesome. You can tell. You look through his Twitter feed. He's a huge Marvel fan. He's got different Marvel shirts in every picture. So
Right, yeah.
The guy is pretty cool. So go check him out at Nims Rap. He's pretty cool. I'll put a link down below for him. So, but he's our geek of the day.
Congratulations.
Congratulations for what it's worth. We think you're awesome. All right, guys, that does it for us. We will be back again next week with some more nerd news for you. A little slice of geek culture for the masses, brought to you by us, the Grizzled Geeks. So until then, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and be sure to hit the links down below to support the channel so we can continue doing what we do and bring you the greatest in geek culture entertainment. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.